Hello everyone, I am Alexandra Jane, and in today's video we will be doing a Vinyasa flow focused on side plank. So we're going to be challenging our strength, we're going to be challenging ourselves. So stay in tune with your body, stay in tune with your breath, don't push yourself further than you feel like you should today, and let's get right to it. I'll see you on the mat. And actually we're going to start lying down. So just lie down on your mat. You can have the legs extended or find a butterfly position, which is with the feet together and the knees apart. The feet don't have to be super close to you. You can have them further out. Choose what feels nice. And if for whatever reason you have pain in your knees, you can place pillows or blocks or books underneath, or just come out of the pose completely and instead bring the feet to mat with distance and the knees come together. So this works more on the internal rotation of the hips, whereas in the butterfly position, we're working more on the external rotation. So choose your variation, come to the breath, and even if you are just signing on, you're still at the right spot. So if you're just coming on right now, just find a reclined position, a reclined butterfly. The hands can be by the side, or you can place your hands on your stomach. Feel the stomach rise and fall with each breath. So we're taking deep belly breaths. Allow the eyes to close. Feel rooted into the ground. And the roots grow stronger. Release any tension from the day. Release any muscles in the forehead, the eyebrows, the jaw. The shoulders melt towards the floor. Stay with your deep belly breaths. Slowly bring the feet back to the floor and hug the knees to your chest. Extend the left leg on the floor and the right knee will come towards the left for a gentle twist. Keep both shoulders grounded and the gaze can come over the right shoulder. The eyes can stay closed here and stay with that long breath that you built. A few more breaths. Come back through center. Extend both legs long. And then the left knee comes in towards the chest. Bring the left knee to the right side for a gentle twist towards the right. Try and keep both shoulders grounded, and the gaze can come over the left shoulder. Come back to center and extend both legs. The hands come by the hips. Keep the upper body on the floor, but we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. And we're going to lift the hips and then extend the legs back forward without the legs touching the floor. So it's an ab crunch basically. So the knees come in towards the chest, hips rise, and then the legs come forward. Hips rise, knees to chest, and forward. For 10, 9, engage the lower belly. Try to keep the lower belly. Imagine it's trying to come to the floor, but the hips are forcing it to rise with the momentum. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back forward, and then bring the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug. And we're going to rock on our backs, forward and backwards, until we come to a seat. Allow your back to be massaged against the floor. And then we'll all come to a comfortable seat. Bring the hands to the knees and just draw us a few circles with your neck in one direction. Begin to go in the other direction. Come back to center and walk the hands towards the front. You can release the head here, and maybe you stack the hands to place the head on the hands. Maybe the head comes on the floor, or you can let it hang if it's comfortable for you. Walk the hands back towards the legs and change the crossing of the legs. Place the left hand behind you. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, right hand to left knee, twist towards the left. Gaze over the left shoulder. Exhale, come back to center. Right hand comes behind you, left hand to the sky, left hand to right knee, gaze over the right shoulder. Back is long. Sit bones grounded, lower belly in. Come back to center. Walk the hands towards the front for a gentle fold. Inhale, come back up. And we'll roll over our knees to come to lie on our stomach. So situate yourself on your mat and then on your stomach. Bring the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide and grip the floor. So you pull the floor with your hands towards you. If for whatever reason you feel some compression in the lower back or it just doesn't feel nice, bring the elbows further forward. We're here for a few breaths. Really pull the ground with your hands. Feel the chest opening towards the front. Bring the lower belly slightly in. Three more breaths. Now you can stay where you are on the elbows, or the hands stay planted and you lift the elbows up to extend the arms. Imagine that the shoulders are far from the ears and pulling towards the back. You're still using your hands to pull the body forward while the hands are trying to come back. Feel the opening in the chest, neck long. Shoulders away from the ears. Three more breaths. Exhale, come back onto the elbows, and you're going to bend the knees underneath you. The knees come directly underneath the hips, and then you can start to walk the hands towards the front for puppy pose. In puppy pose, there's a lot of options. You can stay on your forehead, you can come to rest on your chin. You choose. Wherever you are, try to only have the fingertips on the ground so that you're opening and engaging the shoulders and the arms. A few more breaths. Keep that engagement in the arms. And slowly come back onto your stomachs. Stay here for a moment. You can bring a cheek to the ground. And then bring the forehead back to the ground. The hands come underneath the shoulders. The toes come to the ground. And we're going to rise to plank. So maybe the knees stay on the ground. Or maybe, and we'll see if I can do it right now, we'll push up with the feet and the hands and come directly to plank. In plank, we have a gentle rounding of the back because we're pushing into the hands so much that the shoulders round, so it's in the upper back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet, bend to one knee and then the other. Allow yourself to release here. Wake up the legs. If you're feeling really great today, really flexible, that's awesome. If you're not, then we all have those days. So just breathe into it. You can be proud that you're still practicing, even on those days when you don't feel as good. So wherever you are, you can be proud. Come to a static pose. The back is long, the knees can be slightly bent. And then we're going to start to walk our hands towards the back of the mat. We're in a forward fold. You can grab the elbows and just allow yourself to hang and ragdoll. Move from side to side if it feels nice. And plant the hands on the ground or on the shins. Bend the right knee slightly, and the left arm comes towards the sky. Bring the left hand down, right arm up, left knee slightly bent. Right hand down, both hands clasp behind the head, We're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, head comes up last. So slowly roll the spine back up. Right up top. Hands by the side, Tadasana. So we're standing at the back of our mats here. Inhale, bring the arms up, right knee comes up. Actually, we're at about like 2/5 towards the back. So inhale, arms up, right knee up. And we're going to come to sit on the floor. So maybe you extend the right leg, or maybe you only do it at the last moment. So slowly come down, and then come to seated. Try to keep the hands up if you can. Then you stay here with the left leg, or I find it more comfortable. You bring the inner left foot to the right thigh and fold over the leg. And then come back up on an inhale. Left hand comes behind you. Lift the hips up. Right arm towards the back. So here, really try to push those hips forward. You'll feel the opening along all of the front of the hips. And exhale, set everything down. Come to lie on your backs. And we're just going to roll forward and backwards until we come to standing position. Try not to use the hands. So we start to roll. And then we come to stand without using the hands. Maybe. So come back to where you were, so about 2/5 towards the back, if that makes sense. And we'll inhale, the arms rise, left knee towards the chest. Exhale, lower. Right leg can stay where it is, or the right foot comes into the inner thigh. Inhale for a long spine, and exhale, fold forward. We'll stay here for about as long as the other side. Stay with your breath. Without pulling on anything, feel the opening naturally happen over time. Flex the left foot so that the toes point towards the sky. Inhale, come back up, place the right hand behind you, and lift the hips up, left hand towards the sky. Keep pushing the hips forward as far as you can, and then exhale, come back down. We'll come to lie on our backs. And we'll do the same thing as before. So try not to use your hands, we'll roll to stand. And just take a step back. This time we'll inhale, bring the big toes to touch, slight space in between the heels. Inhale, the hands rise. And we'll exhale to lower to chair pose. The hands come towards the back. Inhale, clasp the hands here. And then exhale, fold over the legs. So we're in a forward fold with the hands clasped. Stay here for a breath. And then come back to chair pose with the hands clasped. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the heart. Maybe the gaze comes towards the ceiling or towards the back. And then inhale forward and stay here for a breath. We're going to do that a few more times, a bit faster. So try and find the flow of it and move with your breath. Inhale, the hands rise. Exhale, sweep the arms back, chair pose. Inhale, clasp the hands together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Stay here for an exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the back. Inhale, forward, and the arms rise. Exhale, flow it back. Clasp the hands. Exhale, forward. Inhale, chair. Exhale to stay. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, flow it back. clasp the hands, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, rise. Inhale, backwards. Exhale, come back to standing. Inhale, the hands rise. Exhale, flow it back. Inhale, clasp the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend it back. Come forward and rise. Lower. Clasp. Forward fold. Chair. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise. Backwards. And then come back to Tadasana. Release the arms. So step to the back of your mat now, so you're all the way to the back. Come back to the breath, and when you're ready, inhale, the hands come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, begin to rock your hands to find plank at the front of the mat. Bring the weight into the right side of the body. Maybe the right knee comes to the ground. Your practice, your variation. We're going to come to a plank, or always available, modified side plank with the right knee down. So side plank is the theme of the class. So we'll be doing a lot of this, which I hope you all enjoy. I really like side plank, but I know it's not everyone's favorite. Come back onto the left hand and we'll side plank towards the left. Keep breathing here. Lift the hips up a little bit higher, and then bring the right hand down. We're in plank, and bring the hips up for downward facing dog. 2 long breaths here. 1. And start to walk the hands towards the feet. Once you arrive, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the hands rise. And exhale, the hands by the side. Stay here for a long inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, the hands come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk it forward. We're in high plank. Bring the weight to the right side for side plank towards the right. Come back onto the left hand, and we'll find a side plank towards the left on the left side. Right hand down, lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Right knee, right elbow. Right knee, left elbow. Right foot lifts. Bring the knee to the right elbow. Left elbow, and extend the leg without the foot touching the floor, and then come back up with the leg up. We'll do that one more time. Right knee, right elbow, left elbow, extend the leg, and then you can set it down for fallen triangle. So in fallen triangle, both feet are pushing into the floor, both legs are extended, and you open the heart up slightly. So we're in kind of a side plank, but a variation of it. And then bring the left hand down, both hands to the ground, and try and bring the right leg back up, and then the right foot comes down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Left foot comes up. Left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. And left leg up. Left elbow, right elbow, extend the leg. Don't let the foot touch the floor. And when you're ready, come back up. One more time. Left elbow, right elbow. The leg comes to the floor. And then bring the right hand up. Open up towards the ceiling. Then bring the right hand back down. Left foot towards the sky. Left foot to the ground. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths, or you can bring the knees to the ground and find a child's pose. 4 more breaths. 3, 2, we'll all come back to downward facing dog. And begin to walk the hands towards the back. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, both hands rise. And exhale, the hands by the side. Catch your breath. And then inhale, the hands rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, open the chest. And start to walk the hands forward for side plank, for plank. Bring the weight to the right side. And then we find a side plank on the right side. And now we're going to place the left foot behind us. So it's closer, it's in between where the hip and the knee of the right leg are. Got that place. And the right foot pushes against the ground. The right leg is fully straight, and we open up into this heart opener. Maybe it's not for you today. Maybe you just stay in a side plank. Slowly bring the left hand down, and come to a downward facing dog with the left leg lifted. Bring the left leg down and come back to plank. Plank to the left side. Right foot behind you, open the chest. Right hand comes down, downward facing dog with the right leg lifted. Bring the right foot to the ground and slowly walk the hands back. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, both hands rise. And exhale, the arms come by the side. So we're just going to keep building on that. Find your breath before you move into the next flow. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Start to walk the hands forward. Take a side plank towards the right side. Left foot comes behind you, open the heart. Come back to a downward facing dog with the left leg lifted. And then bring the left foot in between the hands for a high lunge. The right heel is lifted. You're engaging the right leg, so it's super strong, super straight. If it's not for you today, you can always have the knee on the ground as well. But let's try and work on getting that knee up. Lower belly in, and we'll take a warrior two. Bring both hands to frame the left foot. Move through a vinyasa. High plank, chaturanga, cobra upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to plank. Plank on the left side this time. Right arm up. Maybe the right foot steps behind and you open the chest. Come back to downward facing dog with the right leg lifted. Step the foot in between the hands, high lunge. Back leg is super engaged. 3 more breaths here. Bend a little bit further into the front knee. And exhale, warrior two. Bring both hands to frame the right foot. Move through a vinyasa. High plank, lower. Cobra, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're here for 5 breaths. You can always take a child's pose. Hope you're all still with me, hanging in there. 2 more breaths. And inhale the right leg lifts. Open the hip, bend the knee. Bring the right foot down for wild thing. So we're taking that same pose that we did from side plank to wild thing, but this time we're doing it in downward facing dog. But in reality, it should look exactly the same. So it's still a side plank variation. Keep the right hand lifted, but we're going to try to step the right foot to the inside of the left hand. Both hands rise, high lunge. Warrior 2, gaze over the right hand. We roll the shoulders down the back. Come through center, the feet come parallel, and then take a warrior 2 towards the back. Bring the elbow to the knee, side angle pose. Gaze to the sky. Engage the left arm, the shoulder should be far from the ear. And then we'll move directly to triangle pose, Trikonasana. Both legs extend. Left arm on left hand on the left leg or in front if you want to work more on strength. And the gaze is up at the right thumb. Keep the legs extended, come back up. Feet come parallel. Feet come to face the front and windmill the hands down. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Open the hip, bend the knee. Bring the left foot to the ground behind you. Open the chest. Bring the weight further forward, so really push into that extended right foot. And now we're going to come to a lunge. So the left hand stays off the floor. Left foot comes to the inside of the right hand. Right toes on the floor and rise to lunge. Push the right heel against an imaginary wall. Engage that leg. One more long inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Gaze over the left hand. Bend into the knee a little bit more. Pass through center to come to warrior 2 towards the back. Elbow to knee, side angle pose. Keep the chest open, gaze towards the sky. And then find triangle pose, Trikonasana, right hand on the right leg. Gaze towards the left hand. Keep pushing into the left foot so the external side of the foot is grounded. And then inhale, come back through center. Feet come parallel, then feet come to face the front. Windmill the hands down, Vinyasa. High plank, Chaturanga, Cobra upward facing, and downward facing dog. Bring the knees to the ground, and we'll do a variation of child's pose. So the right hand comes towards the left side, it slides on the floor, and the left hand comes forward. We're just here for 3 breaths. And come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Which side did we just do? 1 second. We just did the left side. So inhale, the right leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip. Bring the foot to the ground, to the outside. Open the heart. Push into the left foot. Left leg straight. Bring the right foot to the ground on the inside of the hand and rise directly to high lunge. Open the arms towards the right side. Right hand towards the back, left hand forward. Come back to center and then open towards the left side. Right hand forward, left hand towards the back. Come back to center and take a warrior two. Back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Gaze over the right hand. Come through center and take a warrior two towards the back. Bring the elbow to the knee, side angle pose. Maybe you take a different variation that's in your practice. You can take a half bind, a full bind. Wherever you are though, keep the chest lifted. Triangle pose, gaze up at the right hand. Inhale, lift back up, both legs long, feet come parallel, hands on the hips. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands to the ground. You can widen your stance if it's more comfortable. Bring the weight further into the toes, and then breathe here for 3 breaths. Walk the hands towards the right toes. Frame the foot and move through a vinyasa. Inhale, their left leg lifts. Open the hip, bend the knee. Push into both hands evenly. And then step the foot behind you, wild thing. Come back with the left foot to the inside of the right hand. Try and do it gracefully and not make a thud like I did. And then inhale, high lunge. We're gonna open to the left side. Right hand forward, left hand back. Gaze towards the back. Keep that engagement in the right leg. I know that the knee wants to come down, but keep it up. Inhale through center. And then come to the right side. Right hand towards the back, left hand forward, gaze towards the back. Inhale, center. And exhale, warrior two. Roll the shoulders far from the ears. Come through center and take a warrior two towards the back. Side angle pose, take your variation. Keep the chest open and bend into that right knee a little bit more. Gaze to the sky. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, come back over both legs, the feet come parallel. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, open the heart, look up. And exhale, forward fold. You can bring not the ring finger, the second finger and the third finger around the big toe, and the thumb comes on top of the big toe. So we have gripped our big toe. Inhale for a long, flat spine, and exhale, pull on the toes to bring the chest further forward. Maybe you need to bend the knees a lot here. That's totally okay, but work on straightening them and pulling the heart. 4 more breaths. Inhale, long spine, hands to the hips. Roll yourself back up. Toes come to face the front. Both hands frame the front foot. Move to a plank. You can take a vinyasa or come directly to our variation of child's pose with the left arm on the ground. So the left hand slides behind the right wrist, the arm's on the ground, and the right arm comes forward. When you're ready, we'll make our way to plank pose. So the hands underneath the shoulders, feet towards the back. Come to plank on your right side. You can always have the right knee on the ground, your practice. And bring the hips towards the floor, they hover, and then they come back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the hips up and try and grab the knee with your left hand. Maybe you also grab the toe. We're here for a little while longer. Keep pushing into that right foot. Find your stability. Lower belly in. And then come back to center. Side plank towards the left side. Knees, hips come down and up for 5, 4, oops, don't fall at me, 3, 2, and 1. Oh gosh. Stay up in side plank. Maybe you grab the knee. Find your balance. Engage the core. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands come down and slowly lower yourself all the way to the ground. Extend the right arm at shoulder height. So the right arm is long and at shoulder level. Left hand comes to the floor. Bend the left knee, and come onto the right side. Find some space on the floor. And then maybe the left foot comes behind the right leg. Maybe it's just the knee that stays on the ground. Maybe the foot's in front of the leg. Find your variation. And open the shoulder. Maybe the left hand comes towards the back. And for some of you, you might even be able to grab the right hand with the left. Come back through center, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. So the left ear comes to the ground, left arm long at shoulder height. Right knee is bent, and come onto the left side. Maybe the right foot comes behind the left. Maybe the right arm comes behind you and grabs the left arm. Maybe it will even one day grab the left hand. Another option is also to bend both knees and bring both feet to the floor. Come back through center. We're going to do something similar, but this time the right arm is in a cactus shape. So the elbow is at shoulder height and the right hand is directly in front of the elbow. Bend the left knee. Maybe the left knee will stay on the ground. Or maybe you find that you have a little bit more space to open and the left foot comes towards the back. That's not for me today personally, so I'm just going to stay with the left knee on the ground. Be gentle with yourself here with stretching a little muscle. Come back through center. We'll do the same thing with the left arm. Left arm comes to cactus. Roll over towards the left side. Come to your edge, feel a stretch, but nothing painful. Come back to center, and then just roll onto your back. Bring the heels in towards the hips. And then allow the feet to come towards the hands so you can touch the heels with your fingertips or get as close to that as you can. Inhale, lift the hips up for bridge. Maybe the shoulders wrap underneath you. Push into the feet, the shoulders, the hands to open the heart. We're going to take 2 back bends today. So you can, for the next one, take full wheel. It's really your choice. We're here for 3 more breaths in our first back bend. And exhale, lower down, unroll the shoulders underneath you. Maybe you come back to bridge or you take wheel. Count your breaths. We'll take 5 breaths. Once you've lowered back to the ground, bring the knees in towards the chest. Give your back a little massage. We'll take happy baby. So grab the outside of the feet. The knees come in towards the chest and close your eyes, melt towards the ground. Feel your back grounded. Bring both knees back into the chest, and then the knees fall towards the right side. Arms in T or cactus, and the gaze over the left shoulder. Back through center, and allow the knees to fall to the left side, gaze to the right side. Back through center, take any final movements that you would like to today, and otherwise we'll just come to Shavasana, the legs extend, arms extended. Close the eyes. Begin to deepen the inhales and the exhales. Bring movement back into the body, the fingers and the toes. Just bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, hands on the belly. Come back to that big, deep belly breath that we did at the beginning of the practice. Feel the hands rise and lower with each breath. When you're ready, we'll find our way to a seat. Hands in prayer position in front of the heart. Bow the head towards the hands in gratitude for yourself and for this practice. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Hope to see you all again soon. Namaste.